All right, welcome to the Beyond the Skyline podcast. I'm Brian Johnson, staff writer for Finance and Commerce, and I'm pleased to be joined by Kim Hofstede, who was recently promoted to President of Founders Properties, Minneapolis-based real estate investment management company. Kim earned a Bachelor of Business Administration from the University of Wisconsin-Madison and has more than 20 years of real estate investment experience. Since joining Founders in 2016, Hofstede has completed more than $2 billion in property dispositions and financings. Previously, she was vice president at Carlson Real Estate Company, where she was involved in acquisitions, dispositions, and asset management. Kim, thanks for joining me. How you doing today?
Great. Thank you, Brian. I appreciate you having me on.
Absolutely. So first, to get started, just wonder if you can walk me through what some of your specific job duties are in your new capacity with Founders and when you started your new role.
Sure, absolutely. So I've been at Founders almost 10 years now, and my transition to president just occurred here in November. And as part of my new role, I'm overseeing the day-to-day operations. So I'm really overseeing our finance and accounting team, our asset management team, and I'm actively involved as well with our strategic planning with acquisitions and our investor relations with our high net worth investors and our separate accounts.
Well, great. And tell us a little bit more about Founders. I understand that the company focuses on infill industrial buildings under 300,000 square feet, correct?
Yes, that's correct. So Founders Properties has been around since 2010, and we made the pivot in early 2020, really right before COVID started, to really focus on industrial assets. We previously had done office and industrial, and also dabbled a little bit in retail and multifamily in the past. But right now, we're solely focused on industrial, and we're really focused on, as you mentioned, infill. And to us, infill means there's no room for development nearby. So a very tight market, no new constructions can come around, which we really see as an opportunity for rents in growth, rental rate growth, and also low vacancy in those areas. We're also really focused on markets that have population growth and really good industrial fundamentals. So we're focused right now on the Midwest, Southeast, and Southwest.
And can you talk a little bit about some of the deals you've been working on recently and give us a sense of kind of what you've been up to?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, the overall real estate market has been a little challenging over the past few years with kind of the noise in the overall economy, especially with the shutdown, the tariffs, different things going on that we found it actually quite challenging to make good acquisitions. So we have been very slow and thoughtful on what we've been buying. So our new assets in our latest fund, which is called Founders Industrial Fund, we actually bought those two assets last year. One in Phoenix, which is an infill market right below the airport in by Sky Harbor. So that's a two-building project, smaller infill, leased to three tenants. And then we also bought a project which is in Dallas, right below the DFW airport. Again, a smaller infill building, single tenant building, about 120,000 square feet. So both of those projects were very competitive. We're finding that a lot of assets that are on the market right now we like, but they're highly competitive. So we've been very thoughtful about our approach on buying assets since we don't want to overpay for something.
So you're looking at assets all over the country, it sounds like. Is that
Yeah,
right?
mostly. We really stay away from the coastal markets, but really the Midwest, Southeast, and Southwest. And a lot of our roots go back to the Midwest. We have a very good track record here.
What's your read on the Midwest market at present? What do you see as some of the opportunities and challenges here?
A few of the Midwest markets have done a little more development, and actually, a lot of markets in the whole United States had a little overdevelopment, but we're really seeing that correcting. And with us focusing on infill, that's not really a problem with what we're doing because we're not buying in locations that those specific submarkets or those micro markets have the new development happening right next door. So we are seeing some of the overdevelopment getting leased up. For example, here in Minneapolis, we definitely like this market. We have some buildings that are, more in the Northwest market. We do have some down in the Shakopee area as well. But that submarket, for example, has had some challenges with a lot of development happening and some subleases.
Well, great. What can you tell us about some of your involvement in the industry as a whole? I understand you're past president of the National Association of Industrial and Office Properties, Minnesota chapter. What do you remember about that chapter in your life and some of the initiatives you worked on there?
Yeah, absolutely. When I started at Carlson Real Estate right out of college, my boss at the time really pushed me to get involved with NAIOP and other industries. I was in BOMA, MinCar, MinCrew. I really got involved in a lot of things, and it was really the idea that you need to get involved in industry associations and you really need to put a lot into them to get a lot out of them. So I did a lot starting in NAIOP right at the start of my career and got very involved in different committees. And from the committee involvement, ended up working my way to getting on the actual chapter board. And from being on the NAIOP board, that eventually segued into being the president and on the leadership team. And I was actually even on the NAIOP corporate board for a few years as well. So it was a great opportunity to meet a lot of people in the industry. And when I first started actually in the developing leaders back at the beginning of my career, a lot of the people on that developing leader team are still very great friends today. And it's great to see kind of where they're going in their careers now as well.
And what attracted you to this career? What brought you to this line of work?
Well, that's an interesting question because I actually went to school for an accounting and finance degree. And growing up, I grew up in rural Wisconsin, southern Wisconsin, down by the Janesville area, right by the Illinois-Wisconsin border. And my dad specialized in farmland sales. So he was a broker, but owned his own business that he actually took over from his father. And my mom was a school teacher. So I grew up with a little bit of real estate background, but not really commercial real estate and ended up going to UW-Madison and was focusing on accounting and finance, but then somehow got an internship at Carlson Real Estate when I was still at school for one of the summers before I graduated. And that really opened up my eyes to a different career path where it just seemed more exciting than the accounting line of work that I was looking to go into. With each project being different, really when I interned there, I got to see a lot of pieces of development world, the acquisition world, the analyst world. And I really liked how each day was different and just seemed a little more exciting to me. So I was lucky enough to get a full-time offer to come back to Carlson once I graduated. And I ended up working there for about 12 years before I moved over to Founders.
Okay, so you grew up in Wisconsin, so you're a
I
Badger,
did. I
Badger fan?
am Badger and a Packer fan. I don't don't take it against me.
No, not at all. So are you back here in the Twin Cities now? Are you working in sort
Yep.
of
So
based here?
yep. So yeah, ever since I moved here from school, I've lived here. I'm married to my husband for, coming up 20 years here in a few years, and I have three kids who go to Orono School District, and we love it here.
Nice. Well, is there any other thoughts or questions that I should have thought to ask you? Um,
I don't think so.
well, congratulations on your new role, Kim, and it's been great talking to you, and hopefully we can stay in touch and
Yeah, would
good
love
luck.
to. Thank you so much.
Yeah, good luck in all your endeavors.
All right, great. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.
Thanks, you too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.